there's basophils, neutrophils, eosinophils. You do not have to know their names. You can just tell me broadly what they do. One fights this, another one fights this. So when I actually white cell specific function of white blood cells, that's where you go. T and B, you can pull those, but then there's other white blood cells. The macrophages, that's one, you can pull that one. Neutrophils are basically macrophages. They're like Pac-Man, so that's it. Neutrophils are first responders. They're the first one to the scene of an accident in our bodies.
Do they die first?
Yes, they do die first. I know, man. Sacrifice themselves. We briefly talked about this. I'll tell you what they are. Some of them fight parasites. So these are large worms that we can see with the naked freaking eye, and it's disgusting and gross. This is in our bodies, but we have white blood cells and literally are looking for parasites. Any kind of worm you can put in there, that's it. Some are defending against allergies, like asthma. Poison ivy is technically an allergy. I mean, there's several.
Is that starts with the E?
The eosinophil, okay. Yeah. So again, some are specifically targeting and defending the body against parasites, lung worms, heart worms, liver worms. I mean, really, there's almost for every organ in the body. Allergies. Some of those white blood cells fight specifically for allergies, which is an exaggerated inflammatory response. Obviously, it can be deadly. So allergy is just that. It's an exaggerated, overboard inflammatory response that the body's like, I don't know what to do with this. Get it out. That's, y'all know, I mean, you've ever been in a severe allergic reaction? Dude, your body just doesn't want whatever that is. And then another, and we already talked about this, a lot of neutrophils does this, but they're part of the inflammatory response. So when you go into white blood cells, parasite defense, allergy defense, and the start of the inflammatory response. And that'll get you through a bunch of those. Urine's another non-specific innate. This is the one they drop enzymes that act basically like bombs, and they eat the bacteria from the inside out. That's your interferons. Oh, chemotaxis is basically when the plants in my garden are doing. So when something gets attacked, or if you get cut or infection, we send chemicals to the blood to call. It's basically like 911 to call for the cops. Hey, we got something wrong. Y'all come help. The chemotaxis is the chemical messages that are telling the white blood cells and the platelets to come to that area. All right. think we're okay with that one. For any questions on, yeah.
Oh, no, I was just
Non-specific innate immunity. Y'all good at this point? Any questions, comments, stories, Chris?
no
Gotta ask.
drugs.
Your stories are really good. I gotta ask.
No drugs.
Remember you for 20 years. What's that?
I said no drugs.
Nothing like that, dude. That's crazy. So if y'all go ahead, Sean. If y'all have any question on that, so when you jump to specific adaptive immunity, adaptive is such a big keyword. The whole adaptive stuff we see every day. So this is the one that develops and grows with us through our life. And you get a few T cells when right after birth, you get a whole bunch more when you're early 20s. So kind of the only thing I could go with you guys in this course is tell me how the B cells differentiate from the T cells and how they fight. That's kind of the only really thing I taught you guys.
One of them is antibodies.
Yes,
and
yes.
The other one is cell mediated.
Yes, good. So what does cell mediated mean? So I kind of gave an example, like some cops are fighting bad guys with
no guns and
no weapons and others with
antibodies.
weapons.
It has guns.
Yes.
And cell mediated doesn't.
All right, good. So it's like hand on hand.
Yeah.
Good. There you go. So do you remember which one's which?
T cells is cell mediated.
Yes, good. So then that's it. Very good. B cells use antibodies to defend against that other molecule that may be foreign. Antibodies defend against blank, which is a molecule that enters the body and tagged as foreign. They're tagged on
Antigens?
the membrane of the bacteria. Say it.
Antigens?
Yes, good. So antibodies defend against antigens. Most viruses and bacteria are loaded with antigens on their outside of the body. That's what triggers our white blood cells to go after them. And then we have self-tagged antigens on all our body cells, our white blood cells. Hey, good buddies. Really good guys. So yeah, she got it right. So B cells use antibodies to fight pathogens. So that's the thing they call it antibody mediated, or using weapons. So that's like the guns. The antibodies is like the weapon, the gun the cops use. So that's antibody mediated. Sorry, and that's for the B cells. The T cells are cell mediated. They don't use antibodies. They don't use weapons. They attach directly to the pathogen and try to kill it directly. Very good. You okay so far? That's probably as much as I want to do with T and B cells. I think that's all we did with them, right? Let me make sure. Oh, the memory part. No, that's another big one. So this is the first time you see skin doesn't do this, freaking tears, stomach acid, nothing does this. Memory. A massive, massive part of this. So yeah, I would definitely throw that into differences. I usually like to ask that question. Major differences between specific and non-specific immunity. That's a big one, memory. B and T cells do this. Really none of the other ones. To a degree, but not like this. Not for decades like this. But y'all remember how all this works, right? Have any questions? When you get sick, the 10 to 14 days, the antibodies and the T cells, the antibodies from the B cells attack to the antigens. The T cells, they attach to the pathogen when you're sick. Then they both go into mitosis, and they start making tens of thousands of themselves. That's them building up their organ. Then they attack, and then they'll wipe out. That's where usually when you're really tired, you're building up all these white blood cells. Then you attack them. You attack the pathogen. It takes a few days. You overcome it. You start feeling better. Then you got to get rid of all these extra white blood cells, and then you make the badass freaking memory cells. And that's what separates them. There's other separations, but that's a big one. From till you're dead, you can see something when you're 15. And those memory T and B cells will remember them to the day you're dead. Anyway, cool with that? There's a foreign and self-antigen slide. The slide is like in freaking sequence. probably can see a lot of this stuff. These are pretty good size for T and B cells. But I mean, if you got what we just talked about here, good to go. Y'all should be okay with that. So. Oh, you know what's the last thing we say, guys? How do we get different types of immunity?
Oh, it's passive.
Yeah, it's passive and active, and then the natural versus the artificial.
Yeah. I know one comes from like the months.
That's not
Not
there.
So that should be the last two slides.
Yeah, that's the transfer.
Alright, so
It's active.
alright, so can somebody, without looking at anything, tell me the difference between active and passive? Not natural or artificial, just active versus passive.
We just looked at it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
okay,
answer
so we
anybody.
can't answer.
Anybody else want to take a stab at it? Until I'll let them read it. Anybody? Alright, what you got? Active versus passive. What's the difference? And give me an example.
Alright, active is like natural exposure and be like vaccine.
Incorrect. No, yeah, that's right, I'm sorry. I was thinking of, yeah, you're right. I was thinking of artificial.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, active is just like you can be exposed to it and now
Alright.
you doesn't know what to do.
You gotta go one step more for full credit. What's he missing? Active. You gotta be exposed to it within this next step. Say it. Yes, there you go. Yes. So you make your own antibodies. That's the active part. Passive means you don't. You're getting them from somewhere. So active, no matter if it's on the natural or whatever side, active immunity is you are exposed to it, but you are actively making a defense to it. Now, the artificial example would have been the vaccine. What's the natural answer to that question? It's active immunity, natural. I think you just said it earlier.
Like it cells and B cells. T cells.
Yeah, but what has to happen to you?
Like we have to be exposed.
Yeah, you need natural exposure.
Yeah.
Any sickness, you can name any freaking sickness you got. So natural, active immunity is when you are making your own white blood cells, specifically A and B cells, but exposed to a natural bacteria, virus, fungus, whatever. Very good. What would? Huh?
Like your mom.
Yes, there you go. How? Give me a more direct answer. It's two ways, really, right? From the mom to the baby, maybe the kids.
Breast milk.
After birth and before birth, there's a few things going on. You said what?
Breast milk and the placenta.
Perfect. Breast milk and placenta. So the baby's not making their own, right? They're just passively getting passive natural. Passive, you are receiving the antibodies. Usually it's antibodies. It could be something else. But usually it's antibodies. So passive, you're getting them from something natural. Would be mother's great breast milk or placenta. But what's the artificial way of getting passive immunity? Anybody back there? Anybody?
Vaccines? That's for active, huh?
Yeah, that's for artificial active good. It's another shot though. It's like a vaccine. It's not
Anti-serum.
Yeah, they literally inject.
Dude, I was waiting for him to
antibodies.
stop talking.
That's right. Yeah. But instead of just saying serum, I want to tell me what they're injecting.
It's like from another animal to a person.
Well, no, they're injecting the antibodies, so you're not making it. So it's an antibody injection. It's not a vaccine. The vaccine is they're injecting the antigen of a bacteria or a virus, right? And that triggers your immunity to actively make something. So that's artificial activity vaccine. I'm gonna get somebody, maybe not you guys because you're out here tonight, but the other people. They don't want to shit. They don't want to show up from already. Screw them. And don't give me the answer. No.
So like an example,
Well, babies are sick.
like penicillin or something like that.
Active what? Say it again.
Like a example of an anti-serum would be like penicillin or something.
Yeah, that's a good example. Absolutely, yes. That's your body's not making the antibiotic. You're getting it. That's a good example. Man, you're on the ball tonight, baby. Where y'all been the last 2 weeks? I've been waiting. I got a lot going on. Was that it for that chapter? I feel like that was probably it.
That's it, yeah. There's
All right,
nothing.
any questions on the back? I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But
Oh, yay, break.
do y'all have any questions?
Yes, we do.
We just can't get locked outside. I don't mind. Oh, maybe I do. One moment.
All right.
Do you have it on your phone? I have storage for it.
You'll post this.
I brought mine too.
Say again.
No, we don't have to call into the intercom. Oh, we need to get back into class. We got locked out of our biology. Ew. I'm gonna keep this recorded. Sorry, I'm looking for my. I put my cards in here. Nope, honest. Just to be honest,
There we go.
where my trash is, yeah.
They love this money. They love this money.
Oh, my knee.
Very good. Chris, you want?
No, bro.
Passion. You like going to the woods?
I really want to go in. I just told you. I've never been home.
So, what's your sort of life?
So anything that you can explain of it?
That's such a good question.
I'll ask you though, these YouTube videos do like, hey, all types of sound you don't know we get out there.
I'm a biologist, so it's not a whole lot. I study all that. I can live with it.
So,
There is a few sounds.
what's
So
your
usually it's an animal that's not from here is moving through or flying through. It's like, what? But
What's your opinion on them saying that we still have like animals?
they do.
I see.
Yeah, they do. Not a lot. There's only like a handful in the whole state of Louisiana. But there's one or two in North Louisiana. One goes back and forth from Texas to Michigan. The other one's like Mississippi. They have really large ranges. But yeah, they're big too. They have a lot of them.
Grandmother lives like in, like Laurel, like around BK area. Like I story from when you hunted in one. It's like kind of outskirts of there. So I was in my backyard one night.
There's big woods around there.
And someone was just going through my backyard. I'm like, oh, what's up? Oh, and then like you have the street like right here. But not even the street, like it's not the street. You know, like you have like light in the backyard. It went like right under that light. I was like, oh my. I'm in the house. I couldn't believe I saw it.
I know.
Right.
That's a rare sight.
And then I thought my dad told me about it. He was like, it's
So he
something
saw
back
it.
there.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he probably lived around there.
Yeah, it's probably been there for like years.
That's crazy.
Might have been family.
There you go.
Yeah. dog.
That tail was freaking long.
And he was like, his tail, you could tell he was looking for something, like he was like this, and his tail was like straight up like this. I was like, dang, man, there's so many egos on here. That was the only time I saw something like that. I didn't believe it at first. I thought I was joking. Like, man, maybe that was just a big German shepherd or something. I was like, man, I know it's wrong.
We always made fun of my little brother. He was hunting. He's like, bro, I saw a Black Panther mom with her kids. Like, first of all, this is like 1:30.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, we were talking to some people like, man, they don't even have Black Panthers over here. How would you see a whole family?
Yeah.
Years later, comes out we do have people still. Like, damn, Chris, you're right. He's like, I told you, man. I'm pretty sure it's 2 little black kids.
Like, I was trying to shoot judges fast, but I was trying to be ball. Man, I was a good little way
over there.
Yeah, that thing was like,
Yeah, man.
that's
That's
like at least. Yeah.
that's fun.
And then I went and told him about it. Like, oh yeah, it's like that all the time. I was like,
Oh, they do.
yeah, they know.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that thing probably been there. Well, they have a family.
They have a long time.
I was young. I was like,